economist Frédéric Farah. Hello, thank you very much for coming in. Now, as I mentioned in the introduction to that report, you've got the Italian government now basically threatening to nationalise motorways. Now, this whole issue of public versus private and how much governments invest in motorways and other infrastructure is not just an issue in Italy, is it, but across Europe?
Yeah, you're totally right. Because what's going on Italy, it's all over Europe. At the moment, unfortunately, Germany, France, and other countries do not consecrate enough amount for investment, public investment. So we face in the future different situation. We face the risk to, like in Italy, to have the same situation like Italy. So that's the reason why, at the moment, it's very, very important for Europe to avoid other catastrophes, to invest and more for bridges, for highways, and that's the problem. And unfortunately, in Italy, we have to wait this and to see that kind of tragedy to have a kind of answer, because at the moment the government in Italy doesn't know how to face the situation, because the bridge has to be destroyed at the end and to build another one, and it costs a lot. At the moment, we have chosen in the past to let the concessions of the highways to private sector. At the moment, we don't know if it's the good choice, because the amount of investment are not enough to maintain the highways in a good way and to assure security for people.
But does this have anything to do with Brussels? Because earlier this week you had the Italian government pointing the finger at Brussels and saying that basically they didn't have enough money to spend on infrastructure because of EU budget rules. Do they have a point?
We cannot say that really. It's difficult. In one way, we can say on the one hand that Italy benefits from Europe a lot of funds for its development. But on the other part, the problem is that we have, the Maastricht rules on budget, 3%, 60% on debts. And the government told the European Commission, we cannot observe the rules on the rules of Europe, because it avoids us to have the investment for our highways or bridge. But Italy benefits a lot of funds from Europe at the moment.
Now, there's the cost of reconstruction, and we'll have to see who pays for what exactly. But there's also the cost to the region. Italian media is saying it could be 11 billion euros, the cost of this tragedy to the region, and 55,000 jobs at risk. So far, we've had Giuseppe Conte, the Prime Minister, though, give a 5 million euro figure from the central government to the region. But that's nowhere near enough then.
No, and that's the problem, because at the moment we can. What is at risk? It's the activity in the harbor in Genoa at the moment, and that's the problem. How to save jobs? How to save the activity at the moment? And the government has really no answer, because it's the first time that they face that kind of situation, because this bridge was very important for the activity of the harbor of that city. So that's the problem: how to face the emergency of this situation. And the government has at the moment not a real solution to propose to the citizen, and we have to act very quickly, because at the moment the activity could be stopped tomorrow or after tomorrow.
All right, we'll have to see what the government does next. Thank you very much indeed for your time.